Hello everyone, my name is Blake, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to use the outbound email campaign, as well as the mail merge plugins in Xeams. Both of these plugins are closely related to each other, and therefore I'm going to talk about both of them in the same video. Before I begin, let's talk about when you would need to use such a plugin. So let's consider the following scenario. You work for a company that needs to collect quarterly dues from thousands of clients. Your manager wants you to send emails to everyone who missed their payments. Your goal is to send customized email messages to every customer, which has similar content but contains a few variables that are different. In this example, the variables would be customer name, their company name, the amount due, their late fees, and their due date. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to demonstrate how to use two plugins in Xeams that can accomplish this goal. The first plugin is called Outbound Email Campaign. An email campaign is a collection of emails that needs to be tracked. For example, it can answer the following questions. Who were the recipients, the number of messages that failed to be delivered because their address was incorrect, and the number of recipients who replied to your message, as well as the number of users who viewed and or clicked a link inside of the message. The second plugin is Mail Merge, and this reads a comma-separated file containing values for certain variables. These variables are replaced at runtime. So if I want to send emails to every client whose account is past due, I will have to create a plain text file containing the email address, name, and every other parameter that serves as a variable. Then I only have to send one message to Xeams containing a placeholder for these variables. Xeams will explode that one message into many emails, one for each client. Alright, so let's see how this works. First, I'm going to use the Outbound Email Campaign plugin to create an email campaign. To do that, I click the plugin link under Home, and then click the Manage button. On the following page, I specify a friendly name for my campaign. Note that every campaign is identified by two factors, that is the subject of the email and the email of the sender. In this example, I'm going to create a subject that says Payment Overdue for the month of August. For the sender's email, I'm going to use the address for my accounting department. And every outbound campaign has a starting date and an ending date. I select this option if I wish to track the views and clicks. One very important information to keep in mind is that you must specify a preferred URL under server configuration in order for this option to work correctly. Once satisfied, I click the Submit button. Now, any email sent out where the subject and sender matches my specified values will be tracked. So let's talk about the Mail Merge plugin. To configure, I click Plugins, and then click this Manage button. I'm going to specify a friendly name for this Mail Merge campaign. For template recipient, I create a fictitious email address. It is important that this email is completely garbage. That's because once the campaign is over, no one should be able to send an email to this address. For this example, I'm going to put clients who missed payments at yourcompany.com for the recipient. Once a Mail Merge campaign is created, I see a link to upload a CSV file. This is the file containing the actual data. I have saved a list of clients in an Excel workbook, and I'm going to export this data into a comma-separated file. There are a few very important things to keep in mind. The first row contains the variable name. We recommend you use a one-word value for each variable. The first column holds the email address along with the full name of the recipient. This value is used in the To field of the email and must follow this format. If you do not have the full name, specify just the email address like the one you see here. Also, notice that I have put an invalid email address in one of the fields. I did this on purpose to show you what happens if this value is invalid. Now I save this Excel document into a CSV format, which is supported natively by Microsoft Excel. And once this data is saved, I can open it in any text editor to view its contents, and I see that the data is saved as a comma delimited. Finally, I upload this file to Xeams. Notice that I deliberately entered an invalid email address for one of the recipients. Therefore, once I upload the data, Xeams will display one error. I can click here to see that invalid record. And I can also click here to view the successful records. So in this example, I only have 4 recipients in my Mail Merge campaign. Obviously, you can have as many as you like. Now, I just need to compose one email with the following characteristics. The subject and sender must match with the outbound email campaign. The recipient must match with the value specified for mail merge campaign. And the body of the message should have placeholders for my variables. A variable is always prefixed by an open parentheses followed by a pound sign and suffixed by a pound sign, close parentheses. Each variable name must match with the header row of the CSV file. For example, if I have a variable named first name in my email, I must have an identical header in the CSV file. Once satisfied with the content, I simply hit the send button. Now I go back to my admin console and check the outbound email campaign. The details link under the action column shows the statistics for this campaign. For example, if I want to know how many emails resulted in a failure, I click the view logs for this category and see the addresses that resulted in a failure. Similarly, I can see the number of people who replied to my email. I can also see how many people clicked on any hyperlinks that were in my email. One very important configuration parameter for these links to work is the presence of the preferred URL value under server configuration. This URL must be accessible from the internet. So just to summarize, we looked at two plugins in Xeams. The outbound email campaign, which gives you some useful statistics about the emails you send out, and the mail merge plugin that allows you to merge a comma-delimited file containing values for variables with an incoming email. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and encourage you to watch our other videos that are on our website. Thank you.